Hi guys, Eclectic and Practice here. Hope you're having a good Friday. And Easter's coming up shortly. So that's cool. Be a nice little holiday and hope you guys all enjoy yourselves during this time. So, do you ever feel like you are in environments, it could be work, it could be school, church, synagogue, wherever, and you're feeling like your energy is getting sapped at times, and it's certain people that tend to do that. Maybe it's the environments, but usually it's people that tend to do that. Not all, but some. It's a good idea to protect your energy when you're in those environments. So, a way to do that before you go into work, for example, it could be anywhere, but I'm going to use work as an example. Maybe build yourself up. It could be listening to a type of music you enjoy. It could be reading a book. Lately, I've been reading this book called Stairway to Heaven. It's by this author, Sitchin, I think is his last name. I'm kind of bad with names. Sorry. But Sitchin, I believe, is the last name. Interesting stuff, I gotta say. I'm on chapter one and reading only a few pages at a time, but it's a really good read. However, because this author was known for controversial topics like pseudoscience, pseudo archaeology, pseudo history, and stuff, it's better to take it with a grain of salt and know that it's not 100% accurate. But it's great reading. I kind of like those esoteric stuff, but that is one way. Read a book, even if it's just a few pages. And if you read Stairway to Heaven, yeah, take it with a grain of salt, but it is a cool book to read, and it gets you thinking, like, what if? And uh, another example could be do an art piece, meditation, yoga, taking a walk outside. It's like 72 degrees outside, or it's supposed to be 72. I might go on a walk after this is over, after I do my video. Um, something to name a few, or watch something on YouTube. Watch a TV show you really like. Whatever suits your fancy, really. So that's a way to do it. You're already getting that energy and you're ready to go to work or wherever you need to go where you know you're going to deal with people that are draining. So that's a great start. Once you're at whichever environment you're in, that you're most likely going to feel a little drained, if not a lot drained in some cases. Neutral responses. Just say heard that or gotcha or okay, I'm on it. And you don't have to explain yourself. Just do the task. Say okay. Sometimes saying yeah, uh-huh works just as well. I've heard this term also be known as gray rock. So I've dealt with a lot of narcissists in the past, done some research on it, and if you're not able to escape the people that are draining you, you can always gray rock. Just simple generic answers like yep, uh-huh, got it, or gotcha, duly noted, or whatever comes to mind as far as that goes. And sometimes keeping the person at arm's length is a good idea too. And don't be afraid to pause and take a deep breath, even if it's a 10-second deep breath or however you want to describe that. I've heard this term called box breathing, where you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. I've also heard it as 6, but I'm going to use 4. And after you exhale, you hold for another 4. That's another good technique to use to protect your energy. And after the event is over or the work shift or class or whatever, excuse me, I'm getting a little dry in my throat again. Come home, stretch. Do a way to use something as a way to wind down from that and kind of rebuild that energy a little bit. It could be, go for a little drive after, what the event is over, or come home, stretch, take some deep breaths. You can also use ChatGPT. That's been a great tool at times for me. Read a book, watch YouTube. As a way to wind down. It kind of helps rebuild that energy that got sucked out of you and stuff. Because I know certain environments, there are people that are toxic and they can be quite a drain. um, you know, those are some examples, and I know it's Easter, and people are probably getting together with family, and there's probably some family members that can be a drain. It's a great, you know, great tool to use. Build yourself up. Short answer responses that are generic. Takes a deep breaths if necessary, and then wind down and, you know, figure out a way to help you wind down after. You know, just thought I'd throw that out there as Easter weekend's approaching, and we might be around people that, you know, can be a drain at times. So I hope this video helps and hope you like this video. And if you do, feel free to click like, subscribe, and share. And I'll be coming up with an end of the week corny humor very shortly. All right. Bye bye.